Funky.
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 Welcome to CES 2019. For many of us, this show has been a pleasure and a curse at the same time for many years. And we have witnessed an interesting transformation. We started with consumer electronics, that then evolved into consumer technology. And now we see the evolution of consumer technology becoming also inclusive of consumer transportation. But it's not just consumer transportation. Just think about all of the announcements by major OEMs like Daimler, as an example, announcing electric and autonomous trucks. Electrification and autonomy are becoming two words synonymous with the transportation. But what does it mean to us, consumers? Well, two simple things. Convenience, now we can be driven, and also we can save the planet, we can save energy, we can make our environment cleaner. Electrified transportation is what makes the world for our children to be cleaner and greener. I'm very proud to be part of this, and today I would like to introduce you to one of the major components of transportation electrification, charging infrastructure. How can we charge all of those vehicles? Forget about fueling your car. Now we are going to charge your vehicles almost the same way we charge our batteries in our smartphones. So let's learn about how this technology works and what does it do for us as consumers. Follow me and you'll learn a lot. One thing about CES, it's like high school reunion. It's always nice to bump into old friends, and Jessica would like to introduce yourself.
Sure, it's great to see you again, Alec. I'm Jessica Grootman. I'm an industry analyst and founding partner with Kaleido Insights. We're a research and advisory firm, and we've been in touch for many years on the topics of research and market intelligence, so it's great to see you again.
Great seeing you too. Great seeing you too. And I think one of the things we can agree on, in every industry we have seen and experienced before, interoperability is a key driver of adoption, volumes, and consumer benefit at the end. And we're standing here in front of a brand new, beautiful car. Really, it's an incredible machine. And what I'm especially pleased to see, the charging port on the back of this card is based on the standard combined charging system. Interoperability is a key, and it's coming to automotive market. I think it's a great development. What do you think?
I couldn't agree more. And you know what's interesting about the sort of interoperability story is it's becoming the case. This realization is becoming the case in every sort of emerging technology category. The same is true, of course, in IoT, and edge compute, and 5G, and blockchain, and artificial intelligence. So much is about how do we actually make all of these different clever configurations and efforts that everyone is working on actually fit together. Because if they don't, well, doesn't make much good.
I fully agree with you. In my opinion, a car is an IoT device, a charger is an IoT device, and by the way, I think there is a place for blockchain to maybe count those electrons, and maybe we can trade them in the future. Let's see how that progresses.
Yeah, indeed. There's some really interesting projects underway that are working on exactly this, and especially Share and Charge is one, for example, out of Germany. And when you think about sort of I hesitate to use the word democratizing, but really putting that energy economy into consumers' hands and as a way to sort of better monetize our devices, our investments, it's really exciting because shifting into more renewable sources of energy. So this is a key part of that whole story.
Well, let's make it happen. We're here in the booth of Audi. Very beautiful setup, amazing concept of having TED Talks in the middle of the booth. Attracts people, you can actually share some information. And I would let my colleagues to introduce themselves. We met working on the development of ISO/AC 15118 and combined charging system. And I see this beautiful concept of integration of the car into the home energy management system, interoperability with other appliances that produce or consume energy. What is the key? What can make this interoperability work?
We know that the CCS standard is the standard that's predominant out there in the DC fast charging marketplace. And when it comes to electrification, we see that range anxiety is still a real thing. So how do you get over that range anxiety? You introduce as many chargers as possible. And we see it from that perspective that the CCS standard is the standard right now that's most predominantly out there. And we want to continue to see that as a standard moving forward so our customers can charge moving forward comfortably, confidently.
Fully agree with you. And I think one of the key elements of CCS is ISO EC 15118 communication protocol that allows the car and the charger to exchange information, what car needs in terms of energy, what kind of energy level is in the car. And I think when we start talking about integration into the fabric of the home, that becomes a key element, right?
The best about the ISO 15118 standard is that we can offer a lot of additional function to the customer. It integrates in his smart home totally. So let's say a customer wishes to protect himself from an occasional blackout. He needs to prepare his car with the ISO 15118 standard, configures his household limits, and the car speaks with the other devices and negotiates based on tariff data and power plans, power forecasts, an optimized charging plan, so he will never run in an overload situation. If an overload situation occurs occasionally, the devices manage the situation by themselves, by talking to each other and reducing the charging power if necessary until to shut down of the charging system. It automatically starts charging later on when this overload situation goes away.
So essentially, to sum up what both of you said, ISO EC 15118 and combined charging system, it's about simplicity, interoperability, making things simple for consumers, and making the intelligence that make it all work basically hidden, so it's indistinguishable from magic. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Really appreciate it. Good luck with the show, and let's make CCS worldwide standard.
Thank you.
Dance.
Human.
Human dance. Human dance.
As we already discussed earlier this morning, CES is a high school reunion. You always bump to old friends, new friends, you make friends, and that friendship continues and this relationship continue forever. So, earlier today, Vincent and I wanted to talk about how we put together the charger. But then, Bart, you stopped by, and I thought it could be a great idea for three of us to talk how we perceive this e-mobility as infrastructure, as a future, as a service, as a business, from different perspectives that we have today. But maybe the first thing first, we introduce each other. Why don't you start?
Thank you very much, Oleg. It's great to be here. Bart Seidels from Hubject, Director of Corporate and Business Development. ISO 15118 as a standard is, I think, is very important for a lot of the players, for hardware manufacturers on the EVSC side and also on the OEM side. They're making a commitment for the future for a standard in charging today and for tomorrow, because they want to know that that standard is going to be in place and the investment they are making is the right investment, right decision, and that it's not going to change. And so with ISO 15118 being the secure standard that is enabling a super easy charging experience, taking your charging cable, putting it directly into the vehicle, and then be able to walk away without having to have any RFID card, which is insecure, or having a credit card or any other mobile app. It enables that great user experience in a very secure manner, because you have that secure exchange of digital certificates, which get into a little bit of technical details, but the end user doesn't have to worry about that at all, because you have the commitment of the technology players that are focusing on it, like IoTech and Elite as well.
We ECS are 30 years experience in electronics manufacturing, and one of our major business is we developing and manufacturing lots of vehicle electronics. So of course, electronic vehicle electronics and the charger is our major business for now and in the future. And for our chargers, we hope it not be isolated charger. We hope it be connected to the world. So that is why we need your solution to connect it to the cloud with the remote management and compliant to worldwide EV standards and connect to the grid or even connect to the operators. So we hope we can do a very good business and we have a best fit corporations.
The second day of the CES show is coming to the end. And so does our little tour, little conversation about CES, about automotive technology, about combined charging system, ISO C15118. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed what we talked about. I hope you enjoyed meeting my colleagues and friends. And I would like to thank you for your attention and being part of this conversation. What we do at IATECA is a small piece of a very large infrastructure. I'm very proud to be a part of this market of e-mobility, the market that is poised for enormous growth. And I'm very proud that together with our partner Elite Group, we're able to bring to market this beautiful charger. Enjoy e-mobility, enjoy greener life. I hope we can help ourselves to be more advanced in saving our environment, and I also hope that you will like our products and services in the future. Thank you, and till the next time.
Funky.